Was youth an advantage in starting those companies?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, you know, if you ask entrepreneurs, would you have done it if you knew how hard it would be? Most would have said no. But because you're young, and in my case, you're quite naive, you kind of go into situations like, hey, this can't be too hard. When I started Spotify, I didn't actually know that I needed licenses from record labels. I was like, well, you know, we'll
This is
figure it out.
easy, you stream it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I got introduced to some people and they said, no, you kind of need some license. Well, that can't be too hard. You know, surely they must be up for it. It took me about 2.5 years later to kind of get started. You know, I think that's what kept me going, because I saw the solution. I didn't see the problems in the way. I think many people, as they get older and they get wiser, and the great benefit you guys have here is you're not kind of destroyed by this fact that you think the what I call pattern recognition. You don't really have that. So instead you see, oh, well, this is not how I want it to work. So you actually go out and you seek a solution. Where a lot of people, if they have a lot of experience, will say, well, this is not going to work because of X, Y, Z. Well, it turns out that most things does work. And what I think is like the most inspiring thing ever, and I say this, you know, people come up to me and they ask me about ideas for companies. And I said, in all honesty, I have no idea. In fact, what's going to work and not. In fact, I think this was like 2004 or something. Someone approached me with this company called Skyper, and they said, you know, we want to do this thing where people can sit in front of their computers and make phone calls. And I'm like, I'm never going to work. And that turned out to be a pretty big thing too. So the thing is, I'm not like a visionary person in terms of like that I know what will work and not. What I do know, however, is that if you keep executing, like the right person will figure out a way to sell umbrellas in Sahara, because they'll figure out that it's for sun protection, or they'll figure out a way where it can generate electricity or something like that. But it's really all about execution, and ideas is 5%, execution is 95%.